The smell of football season is in the air, or perhaps it is my tailgating senses, because nothing better than a great tailgate and a good chef to prepare us his favorite tailgating foods. That is Brandon Cain, owner and chef, Post Office Pies, as well as Saul's Soul Kitchen.
Yes.
Two great restaurants here in the Birmingham area that you will enjoy.
We're gonna do honey sriracha wings. They're gonna be fantastic. We're gonna finish it with just a little bit of mint as a garnish, so you kind of get that cool, spicy, hot, and cool flavors in your mouth. It's really, really fun.
So where do we start?
We gotta light this bad boy up and get the grill hot.
Now while the grill's heating up, it's all about the sauce.
What we do is we're gonna start with like some minced garlic, a little bit of minced lemongrass in here. This is pickled ginger, and what I really like out of that is you get the ginger flavor, but you get a little bit more brightness. So we're gonna squeeze that into it also. We'll take it all and we're gonna heat up my pan and we're gonna start it in there, and I like to do it all from a hot pan and build up.
Now, is it possible to burn this? Do you have to be careful?
Yeah,
Make
I mean,
sure
if
you're stirring it at all times.
If you're not paying attention to it, yes, definitely.
Okay.
You wanna, what you're doing now is you're just trying to kind of break this all up into the soy sauce.
Okay. As somebody that doesn't love hot food, is this a recipe you can alter based on your preference?
Yeah, of course you can, but what I would say is, you know, the sriracha is gonna give a lot of flavor.
Okay.
Add more honey. If you wanna lighten it up, add the honey to it. And you'll see, we'll put a lot of honey in this to try to help you out. All right, so what we'll do is we're gonna let this kind of incorporate. We're gonna turn the heat down just a little bit, and we're gonna let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let it kind of come to a simmer, we'll cut it off, and then we'll put cold butter into it. I recommend if you're gonna tailgate with this recipe, set your sauce the day before.
Okay.
Let it cool down, and then it's an easy travel. All you're doing is grilling the wings and putting the sauce on. And what I like to do is I just like to sit here, and this is one of those things that, you know, you always hear people talking about love and food and stuff like that, and what does that really mean? It's time. Time is what you love, you know? So this is one of these things that, you know, I could just let this sit, I could put it in a whisk or whatever, but for me, this is the fun part. I like to just kind of swash it around a little bit and watch it melt.
Now, from start to finish, how long should this sauce take?
This sauce, 10 minutes tops.
Wow,
Start to finish.
that's pretty easy.
So this is the next thing we do. We take this and we'll pour a little sauce on there.
Okay. Gotta taste it.
we'll
Gotta make
taste
sure
it.
it's good, right?
You try it out. So it's not as hot as you thought, right?
That's really good.
So now what we're gonna do, we get it all mixed, is I like to just put it in a bowl,
Okay.
and then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator and let it cool down, and then we'll see this again after we get back from cooking the wings.
All right, so we got the chicken, and Brandon is going to season it for us.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is what I like to do is take a little bit of olive oil, and we're just gonna pour, you know, a decent amount, because you wanna make sure you get it all coated, right? All our flavor is gonna be in that sauce.
Right.
So simple, just salt and pepper.
A little salt.
Is all we need. And then, you know, you want fresh ground black pepper whenever you can, but you know, if you don't have one of these, it's okay. Pepper's pepper, it still works out.
All right, so we got the grill fired up, and it's time to cook these wings.
Yeah.
How
So-
long are we going with these?
We're gonna go about 6 minutes on each side. And
Okay.
what I like to do, and this is definitely not something that is lived by rules of cooking, but I like to take the top side with the skin side and put it down first. And the reason for that for me is that it gives me that little crispy skin on the outside of it. And I just like the real pretty grill
Helps with the
marks.
presentation,
Yeah,
right?
Of course, you eat with your eyes first.
We're here in the state of Alabama. Is it Roll Tide or is it War Eagle?
Well, so I grew up in Los Angeles. I'm a Hawaiian Filipino guy, so you know, in Southern California, some would say it would be a Trojan thing, but my father's from here and we moved here when I was around 12. So I grew up in the South, and for me, I gotta say War Eagle all day long.
War Eagle, that's it right there. All right, now it's time to get these off the grill, and I gotta tell you, we are close to the prize at the end of the road, and
yeah.
I am so very excited because I am hungry.
You know, a lot of people are always worried about their chicken being undercooked and stuff like that. So a good way to kind of check, and again, I got kitchen chef hands, so I can grab that hot, so maybe two
So
different things.
don't do that at home.
But if you kind of pull it like that and it's giving, It's not springing back like extremely hard. It's easy to pull.
Okay.
At the joint, that means it should be done.
All right. Now this is what I like to call the finale, because
Definitely.
we are about to make these things go boom with the sauce.
This is the best part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw all these guys in our little bowl here. And, you know, it's okay to do 3 at a time so you don't overload the bowl. And then take a little bit of that wonderful sauce we made.
Yes.
And
I
then
can
just
still
like
taste it in my mouth. It's fantastic.
Good. So we're gonna toss it like that. And this is where it kind of gets fun and it can get a little messy. As you can see, I have a nice little cool handle there. So it's made so you can flip them.
He's got the fancy bowl.
So you flip them like that. And then we're gonna take them.
You want them to be very heavily coated, correct?
Yeah, you know, just enough. I mean, enough to where you get a good flavors on there. And we can always add a little bit more sauce on top at the end. Just kind of give it a little, there you go. There you
I couldn't get the
a little
flip.
bit more. So this is what really kind of sets this apart. So you're gonna, you know, what we talked about earlier was all the spiciness and the sweetness kind of counteracting. So we do the mint and we roll it up and we do a little chiffonade, and it's just a thin cut. And what that's gonna do is, again, it's another little element that's really cool, and I like to give it another cut in the middle. It's really cool that kind of counteracts the heat.
Okay.
And it gives us a really, really unique flavor.
I can smell that.
Yeah, it's extremely fragrant. Wing or a leg girl?
I am a leg girl.
Well, the leg's yours.
I like the legs.
I guess we can cheers it, huh?
All right. Oh, wow.
Really good.
You weren't kidding. So
And you
there's
get that mint.
Yeah, definitely some heat to it. And again, I'm very sensitive to heat. But I gotta tell you, first of all, I'm not miserable running for a drink. And it complements very nicely with the sweet. The honey, you can definitely taste that in there. We enjoyed this ultimate tailgate. Easy to make. Hopefully some of you guys will try this out. Let us know how you like it. Come find us on social media. And again, don't forget you can drop into Soul Kitchen as well as Post Office Pies, and you can find this guy, Brand the Man, right there cooking you up some deliciousness.